Say good morning.
Good morning.
You have a good day at school?
Yes.
What are you going to do today?
I don't know.
You're going to learn.
Yes.
You're going to listen.
Yes.
You're going to be polite. You're going to be kind.
Yes.
I love you. You have a great day at school.
You have a good day at work.
You have a great day at school.
You have a good day at work.
I love you and I want to pray for you.
I love you. I want to pray for you at school.
All right, buddy. Have a good day. Tell everybody bye. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Now bear witness to the greatest. Can't beat us, join us, keep heat us, on us with red lasers. Man, you already know what it is. Jay Williams, let's live life, and we're back. See the videos of my little boy? That is an everyday thing. Every day I take him to school. Every morning we get a 45-minute ride, and we just get to bond and talk, and he'll be in the back seat just talking my head off. Good times. My kids, as I've told y'all in the past, are my world. Being a dad is like, that's my superpower. That's what I'm good at. I like to say I'm a good dad because I am a good dad. I'm not the dad I had. I'm the complete opposite. I took notes on what not to do, and I use those notes daily. So I don't know if y'all keep up with what's going on with YouTube, but what's going on inspired today's video. Whack 100. For y'all that know who Whack 100 is. Whack 100 stays in the media, or should I say the YouTube eyes and the YouTube streets, always beefing with somebody. Always. There's a guy like that in every single prison. There's lots of guys just like that in every single prison, because out here in the streets, they stayed in the middle of stuff. They stayed beefing. They stayed going at this guy. They stayed going at that guy. And in due time, either the law is going to get onto what you're doing, or you're going to do something that's going to get yourself gone. And if you don't get yourself gone, somebody else will get you gone. Man, I don't know what we're going to do, man. We can't eat out here with this dude around. Man, this dude running up, shaking people down, running their pockets, laying people down, got the block scared. What we gonna do? And one of them slide off in the cut. Oh yeah. This is where you can find him. It's what he got on him. Next you know, he's locked up. The prison is full of bullies. Prison is full of guys that just love conflict. I despised those type of individuals. The ones that just run around all day long starting something. You walk in the room and it's automatically loud because he's over there arguing with somebody. The simplest thing can turn into an argument. What time is it? It's 10:50. No, it ain't. It's 10:49. Well, it's close enough. It's 10:50. 10:49 to 10:50. Some people just love to argue. Some people love conflict. Some people have got to have something going on at all given moments in all given time. The bullies. Now, I did one in the past on Big E. I've got a bunch of different prison bullies to talk about, and that's what we're going to do today. We'll get into another one of these bullies. Loud for no reason. Now, they say the loudest guy in the room was the weakest guy in the room. I agree with it. Mr. Whack 100. Now, I got no beef with Whack. I'm just speaking on the overall what I see going. Every time I turn YouTube on, this dude is beefing with somebody. And it definitely puts my PTSD into overdrive. As soon as I see him, other faces start popping into my head. Prison bullies, that's what we're doing today. With all that being said, you know I've seen it. You know I done lived it. So let's relive it. We got to take the show on the road. I know some of y'all hate when I drive and record, but it's that or nothing at times. And I'm going to do what I got to do, man. I love YouTube and I love making this content. I love communicating with you guys. And if I got to drive and do it, that's what I'm going to do. Boom. Let's get up out of here. Let's get this day jumping. Let's get the trap back jumping. I gotta squeeze this story in real quick before I get to my main story because it came to my mind and I can't let it go. Guys hate when they have these weird names, or like you got named after your grandfather, so it was a cool name to have back like in 1910, but not in 1990. It was a cool name to have back in 1933, but not 2002. We had a dude in jail named Pernell. You want to talk about a dude getting in his feelings? Let somebody call him, "Hey, Pernell!" Get all types of angry and be ready to fight. He was another one of these bullies. Big, tall dude. I guess you could say he had size on him, but he wasn't overly bulky. Everybody called Pernell P. Dudes would try to get into his skin, and they'd be like, "Hey, you seen Pernell?" And he'd be standing right there. "I don't say my name. Why you call me?" He'd get in his feelings. He had a habit of taking 2 trays. Now, at the time, they were feeding us in the dorm. They would come up, they would bring a tray cart, and they would start pushing carts. They would start pushing trays through. So you would get up and take your tray. They push exactly enough trays in there for every single man to get 1 tray. Pernell was famous for taking 2 trays. And whoever the last man in line wasn't going to get a tray. So it was kind of, you either hurry up and got a line, or if you was the last man, you either go see Pernell about getting your tray back, or just go ahead and don't even get a line and go sit down. You knew if you were the very last man that he'd already jumped back in line and got a second tray. This is that bully type stuff I'm talking about. I had seen him do this time and time again. He was from Southside. I knew people he knew people I knew. We would frequent the same areas. So we had a couple different conversations. And even in just a normal conversation, I didn't like Pernell. He was not one of those dudes that, after talking to, that I decided, yeah, we're going to be buddies. We're going to be friends. This is going to be my guy that I'm going to chop it up with. No, just in talking to him, he would argue. Who you know? He lived off such and such. No, actually, he lived off, yeah, that's the same street. No, it's not, man. Minifee and Joplin, and he lives right on the corner of Joplin. And no, but still, that's considered, he liked to argue. All right, I ain't got no more arguing for it. Loud, obnoxious, screaming on people, doing this and doing that, until that big boy comes to the door and squeezes in sideways, balls his face up and looks around the room, and there you got Pernell over there making all this noise, playing tongue slamming cards, yelling, screaming, and you can see the big dude wasn't feeling it right out the gate. Takes a look around the room, goes and decides which bunk is his. Listen to what I just said. Decides which bunk is his. Hey, whose stuff is on his bunk? Hey, that's my bunk. Come move this stuff, man. That's my bunk. No arguing. Certain guys you can just tell when they come in. Younger black dude goes over there, grabs his mat up off the bunk, rolls his stuff up. Now this dude would not be in this pod long. We get a little bit later into the evening, and I've told y'all Pernell is famous for taking 2 trays. This guy just came in here, probably 1:30, 2 o'clock. So now we got about 2.5 hours until they feed dinner. He's sitting on his bunk, going through his papers and everything that's got to do with him being arrested, goes ahead and lays back and takes him a little nap. This is a big man. He makes Pernell look like a punk. This is the dude that when you think of prison bullies and you think of just huge, this is that guy. He goes ahead and lays back on his bunk, covers his eyes. They keep the lights on so it's really bright, covers his eyes, takes a shirt, ties around his head like you would a bandana, and just pulls it down and covers his eyes. Lays back on his bunk and goes and takes a nap. They call chow time. Everybody gets up. Boom. Jets up front and gets their trays. Pernell does his famous, he gets his 1 tray, sits it off to the side, slides back in line and grabs the second tray. Somebody tells the big dude, "Hey, big man, yo, they feeding, you gonna miss dinner, you don't get up." He's the last man in line. I've already told you the last man in line don't get a tray because Pernell always takes 2 trays. Big man goes up there and steps up to the gate, and they get ready to push off. We got what's called a tray cart. They put all the trays on this cart, and then they wheel it down the hallway. They go to wheel off. He's, hey. Y'all ain't give me my tray, man. Oh, no. We gave you your tray. We pushed in a certain amount of trays. There's enough trays in there for every single man in there. Your tray's in there. You need to go find out who's got it. He takes us as a sign of somebody that stole from me, which that's essentially what it is. Hey, yo, who got the extra tray? Now, I've seen this extra tray thing go bad a lot of times. More times than I like to count. I've seen time and time again, there's always one guy who's going to take 2 trays and just, you deal with it. You ain't get to eat, that's on you. People do not care about the next man. I think I've done stories on this before. He stands there, who got my dinner tray? Don't nobody say nothing. Pernell over at his bunk. Now he slept on the top bunk. Like to be up in the air, I guess, so nobody can just walk off and steal up on him. And he's sitting up on his top bunk with his feet dangling. Got a tray beside him and a tray on his lap. So big dude gets to walk through that. Mind you, he has only been in here, and he's not a bully. He's just a big dude, I don't know, just kept to himself, hadn't been in here a good 3 hours. He's walking through there, hey, who got my tray, man? And Pernell over there kicking his feet, laughing and joking with the dudes he kicks it with. Got 1 tray on his lap, 1 tray sitting beside him. It's very clear that he has 2 trays. Nobody else has 2 trays. He's got 2 trays. Big dude's walking, looking for his tray. Hey, I said, who got the second tray, man? Who got my dinner tray? Who took my tray? Pernell's still acting like he ain't hearing him. I know he hears that man. Everybody hears this man. His voice is a voice to be reckoned with. You hear it through the entire dorm. He walks by Pernell. Pernell's sitting on the bunk and the tray's on the other side of him, so you can't see it. You can just see the one that's on his lap, and he's looking, and ain't nobody saying nothing. And now my ask y'all again, who got the tray, man? Don't make me act stupid in here. And as he's walking by Pernell the second time, going back down the aisle, he looks over and he notices the second tray. Walks up to Pernell's bunk and says, hey, hand me that tray right there. Hey, this is my tray. Snatches him off the bunk, slams him on the floor. No words, nothing to discuss, smashes him out. In the meantime, this guard had not gotten far at all. The guard pushes the cart right to the next pod right next door. And no sooner than that guard got over there and started feeding, here's the commotion. Backtracks, comes and looks through the bars, and big dude has got Pernell's face pinned down and is just hitting him. Boom, hammer time. Boom, hammer time. Boom, hammer time. Smashed him all the way out. And thought of Pernell and the whole situation with Pernell and the second tray ordeal in a very long time. But Pernell was 100% a bully until this dude showed up. I'd seen him bully people. I'd seen him slap people, spit on people, do all types of different things. And big dude showed up, and all that energy changed real quick. Big dude went to the hole, Pernell went to the hole, and then Pernell went to the inferno. After telling that story, I gotta be honest, man. I enjoyed seeing Pernell get beat up. I actually did. I seen a lot of different dudes go hungry because of Pernell. Like, if you ain't got no commissary and you rely on that state tray, that food that the system gives you, it's a long time before you eat again. So when they give you that dinner tray between 4 and 5 o'clock, 5:30 being the latest, you're not going to see another tray until the morning. You're not going to see any more food until about 12 hours from now. You're going to be real hungry. And I watched a whole lot of guys go hungry because of Pernell.
Please, sir. I want some more.
Big dude had no kicking. Was not allowed. God was not the loudest in the room and wasn't going to do a whole bunch of arguing. Was not going to do any debating. I've told you, everybody's a gorilla till a gorilla shows up. Everybody wants to be a gangster until a gangster shows up. That was Pernell. He tried that. I don't know what he was going to say. Maybe he wanted to fight his case. And a lot of times guys will lie. No, man, somebody owed me this tray. I got it from such and such. So I'm trying to spin a story. Big dude wasn't going for it. He couldn't fully get the words out of his mouth. He was already on the ground and done for. Did I enjoy seeing Pernell? Yes, I did. God forgive me. But when you see a man that does stuff like that time and time again to other guys, and he's not doing it to nobody of his caliber, he's picking and choosing. That's what makes these dudes bullies. He picks and chooses who he's gonna bully, who he's gonna take from. He ain't doing that to no hitters. He ain't doing that to none of these savages in here. Nah, he picks the little weak dude or some dude that's quiet. And he had been doing it so long that he had gotten used to doing it. He figured somebody was just gonna decide not to eat, and that's just what it is. Not knowing that this big dude was gonna be the last one to get in line, and that he was gonna be the one to come looking for that tray. Now, there were some dudes that come to mind that have gotten out. Lamont Kane. For all my Richmond cats, y'all know who Lamont Kane is. Penitentiary legend. Big man. I would not put Kane in the category of bully. I would put Kane in the category of savage. Because Kane didn't pick and choose his victims. He didn't just, it didn't matter. You could be of equal size or bigger, and that man would go all upside your head and take you up out of here. Size meant nothing to him because he was bigger inside than he was on the outside. Granted, he was a massive example of a man. Everything about him. Big hot dog fingers, big ham hock hands. Just big in general. But you could be bigger than him, and he would still run up on you and do the thing to you. But I've heard he's out, and I've heard that he's actually doing good in life. And that makes me happy, man. It gives me hope, especially when you got guys like him, and you knew what they were known for, and then you hear somebody else say that man got out after all those years, turned his life around, changed his whole thought process and the way he does things. It gives you hope for other guys. My cellmate TJ, rest in peace, big TJ, Knighton Hill. He was one of them dudes that was, at times, could be a bully. You had a lot of dudes that were real loud up until the moment TJ came in the pod. A lot of dudes that were snatching, that's what we call it. When you just snatching ain't really like that. You just doing it, you just running your mouth. You had a lot of dudes that were in there that were infamous for snatching. And TJ, being of the great big stature and size that he was, as soon as he came in, you saw a whole lot of the guys that were known for doing that type of stuff get quiet. TJ ended up being a problem for the administration. And sadly enough, I told the story. If you haven't seen it, go see it, go watch it, go check it out. TJ was released from prison and robbed and taken up out of here. Ironically enough, in the same fashion that his brother was 20-some plus years earlier. So his mother had to deal with that twice. Once again, work has taken over. I had a great story for y'all, which I'll give y'all next time on Big Flex. How does somebody get a name like Big Flex? Big Flex was the definition of a bully. Big Flex was a savage. He was a bully's bully. He was the bully that bullied savages, that bullied bullies. Just a bad person all around. He'd have a bad ending. Made a lot of people's lives miserable. It's one of them guys that when you see him, you either get out the way or go the other direction. I know so many people, I don't get out the way of nobody. Yes, you would. I can hold my own. I've gotten into more than one scuffle. I've won, I've lost. But I'm not stupid. There are certain people you don't mess with. You know how it says don't feed the bears? You don't go feed the bears anyway. You don't stick your hand in there. That's a bear. You'll come back with that. Nothing. That was Big Flex. Like a bear. Like I said, you see it's dark outside now. Between that last clip and this clip, did a whole lot of work, got a whole lot dirty, made a whole lot of money. Now it's time for me to get home. Sorry today's video wasn't longer, but it does make for a second part of the bullies in prison. And the next one will be on Big Flex. I've got to get home. I got dinner on the table, kids that miss me, and I don't smell too bad, but I need a shower. Hope y'all enjoyed today's story. Pernell, if you see this, you got what you deserved, and hope life gets better for you. Maybe you ending up on that corner and you out there begging for change. It's karma for all the bad I've seen you do to people. Very well might be. But anyways, these jails, these institutions, these prisons, these bullies, they're all just crazier worlds inside of a already crazy world we live in. And as always, y'all know what I'm doing. Just trying to keep y'all entertained. Are you not entertained? And like always, this is Jay Williams. Let's live life. To all my real ones, and there are some real ones watching, because y'all still watching me. Man, y'all know how we do. Salute. Who got that extra tray? Nah, you should have gave it up.